no jokes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Quality Comedy Time with me. I'm your host, Quincy Carr. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today we got a really good one because I normally just have one guest. Well, I'm getting close to the end of season one, and I said, hey, look, let's try to get some more guests on here all at once, right? And there's nothing funnier than putting a whole room of comedians on one show together. So I got about three comics who've served and performed in the state of Virginia at some point in their career, or they may be still here, just like me, still right here. I ain't going nowhere, right? So, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. And this is show number 23, I want to say. I started doing this in April. So this is show number 23 because I can't do my regular quality comedy series like I normally do. Therefore, we are where we are right now. My wife, I don't know how many of you are married out there. If you're married, kudos to you. My wife and I, we just celebrated 17 years last month. And she put a post up that was actually pretty good. And it was true. It says roasting each other is an important part of a healthy relationship. For those of you who don't know what roasting is, you just going at each other. You just kind of, just taking shots at each other. Okay. So we actually do that a lot. And sometimes she stumps me, even as a comic, because like my problem is I don't want to hurt people and say something that really, there's a difference between roasting and straight up grilling somebody. And I can roast and I can play around with the roaster, but some people go way too far. That's me, okay? Because I'll take a shot and it'll be too personal. I'll be like, oh yeah? Well, did nobody say nothing about that left toe that hangs to the right? Okay, see, I take it too far. So I don't know how many of y'all go too far, but yeah, I think roasting each other in a marital relationship is a healthy thing because it's, it kind of displays friendship and all types of stuff. And, it probably leads to a fight at some point. Just want to throw that out there, okay? So just be careful on how you roast, all right? Now, regarding relationships, I can also say my relationship with my football team, the Dallas Cowboys, is starting to fade fast. I've never been a quitter on my team, but these dudes is killing me. Like, they are causing depression. And I'm not supposed to be depressed. I'm supposed to be a happy individual. And they are causing depression. Like, I knew how bad they were playing last night because I was in my barbershop cutting hair and they was already doing bad, especially when Zeke fumbled twice, right? They were already doing bad. So I said, well, you know what? I got a 20-minute drive home. Maybe me turning it off, they'll look better. I turned it on. They were down by another 7 points. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so instead of just turning it off and just accepting the fact that the Cowboys may not do well, I sat there and watched the rest of that game with the TV on mute. That's how depressed I was. I was literally watching it and the TV stayed on mute. So my relationship with my Dallas Cowboys is about to end. All right, so y'all ready to get the show started? Let's go ahead and get the show started. We do have a total of 3 comics that's going to join me today, by far the most comics I've ever had on one broadcast. So it's going to be a lot of extra fun, a lot of extra funny going around. And one of the comics will be joining on a little bit later, but that's Patrick Williams. Some of y'all may already know Patrick Williams, aka Peaty Red. But today's guest is, like I said, they have also not only been performing on stages all over Virginia and parts of the country, they've also been instrumental in organizing shows. They call those also show runners. Like, they prepare shows and they organize events and set up stuff. So, multi-talented. So, like, the welcome to the show, my homegirl, McCoy, and also my homeboy, Lionel Harris. What's going on, you two?
What's going on?
Roz, I know you can hear.
Yes.
Come on, Roz. Don't do this. Don't be the older person that don't know how the technology work, Roz.
Yes. What I do?
What you mean? What do you do? I said, how are you doing? And you up there frozen and looking at the screen.
No.
Come on now.
Uh-oh, we lost Ross.
Oh no! Hold up! I was just joking. Like,
She's like, I'm gonna show you. I don't know how this technology works.
she was really in her older person element. Okay, all right. Well, we'll wait for Roz to get back on in here. You know what? All things can happen. I don't know what she was doing, but I hope she's able to log back in. Okay.
She looks so happy though, peaceful.
Yeah, like she was trying to figure something out. Man, what's going on, Lionel? Like while we're waiting on Roz and Patrick to get up in here, what is happening with you, bro?
I'm good, man. Just trying to make the best out of life right now. You know, life is what it is, bro. So
yeah, but what does that look like to you? Hold on. Roz back in. Okay. Roz then made it back in. Hey, Roz.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, you really pulled an old.
Can you hear me? No, what happened was I had it on 2 screens and I heard you like twice. Shut up. You just shut up.
Yeah. Well, glad to have you back on, Roz. Y'all just getting into asking Lionel, how have y'all been hanging during this time? Lionel?
Personally, man, one thing that I've learned. Okay.
Hold up. Patrick is here. Gotta let Patrick in.
Okay, we did.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Patrick. All right. It is officially about to get crazy and a half.
Just got through teaching. What's going on? How y'all doing, man?
What's up,
hey,
Lionel, Miss Ross, Q.
What's up, baby?
Huh? What you say? It's just like them Zoom call. Everybody talking. What? Huh? Yeah. So Patrick, welcome to the show, man. I was just asking Lionel and Roz, how have you been managing? And so I think Lionel was starting to talk about how he's been managing during these COVID times. So fill us in, bro.
Well, what I was saying was on a personal note. I think the low point was my son had a birthday. He turned 3.
Yeah.
And we asked him what he wanted for his birthday. He was like, I want to go to Target. I was like, dang, how bad did it get? If my son, all he wanted for his birthday was to go to Target, man. That's how bad it got, man. That's the low point.
Simple things in life, man.
That was the low point.
I just want some more powerful Wi-Fi, Dad. That's all I want.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you don't want no toys, no trucks. He was like, they got all that at Target, man. Let's go. Let's go there.
You, Roz? How's everything been going?
I went and got a day job. I work a work from home job.
Yeah.
And I work for an international company, and I'm going to tell you that American customers are the most spoiled, obnoxious people on earth.
Mm-hmm. Hold up.
And that's now why I now work for Canada.
Okay. Hold on. Are you moving weight? I mean, are you selling? Because you ain't been specific on this job, bro.
Okay. What happened was, okay. All right. Last year, I took a little seasonal job for extra money. It's with a company called Williams-Sonoma. I'm a customer service agent. Okay. And then the pandemic started and there was no more gigs. So they asked me to stay on. Sure. Yeah. So now I have an audience, one customer at a time. If it's not one of them grouchy customers, because sometimes you get a customer that nothing's going to make them happy. If Jesus answered their phone, they will still have a problem.
Right. Now that's my next thing. Now, Pat, like how have you been managing during this time? Before I get to the question.
Yeah, I haven't. I quit comedy so many times, bro. I was done. Done. Look, yes. It's been pretty cool. Okay, no, it hasn't. No, it's not good. It's not good. It's nothing you can say good right now. So I'm trying to manage, but the reality is I want to get back on stage. I want to be back around people. I'm a people person. Right. Being cooped up in the house just ain't for me, bro. Like I'm trying the virtual thing. I've been doing the virtual comedy. It's actually been going, good when I get on there because I'm like, I see people, multiple people, so I go crazy. But the reality is, it's nothing like being on that stage, man, making people laugh and making money.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's the crux of it all is being able to have some type of flow of income, right?
Look, I thank God for my job, but that comedy money was my money. I can do what I want. And I was good at first. When it first hit, I was like, oh, I'm good. Now I'm like, when the next show coming?
Yeah, look, it has completely like rerouted so many people and so many careers, not really rerouting, but made you second guess and made you think a little bit more. Like now you, Patrick, you still have a 9 to 5. I know Roz, you're doing well, it may not be a 9 to 5, but it is a supplemental job.
It's a 9 to 5.
Okay, all right. So you sound disappointed. Okay, so 9 to 5. And Lionel, are you working a 9 to 5 or are you still full time?
Like Roz, I work for Canada. I'm just out in Canada, slugging this raw uncut maple. That's what I'm doing right now. Q, that's all I know.
You sound like a drug dealer right now. I'm
just saying, man, to go good on your pancakes and at your party. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got. No, I got a 9 to 5, bro. I still got a job. So I've been able to work from home though.
Got you. So how has that been? Because Lionel, you got children. I know Patrick, Roz, y'all don't have any children, but if you have to work from home, like what has that been like you, Lionel?
All right, so like the laptop is like right here, and then we got lesson plans and arts and crafts. You know what I'm saying? Like right behind the laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I'm sitting here and I'm trying to, like I do like editing, like video and stuff like that. And it's like, I know that the letter for the day is F. You know what I'm saying? So F this. You know what I'm saying? Working from, I know we clean, but it's the letter for the day, bro.
Right.
It's the letter for the day.
That's how people are feeling, man.
Yeah, that's what it is right now, bro. It's
like virtual learning from the kids asking questions to be like, I was in school 17 years ago,
man.
I got you beat. I was in school 40 years ago.
I know, Roz. You always make sure that we know that you are the elder statesman.
No, I'm just old. I'm just old.
She's like, I'm just an elder.
Right. Now, technically, Patrick, you're doing obviously the virtual stuff. Now, you don't have to work virtually from home from your job, but still, virtual comedy is a challenge, right?
Yeah, virtual challenge, virtual challenges. Virtual comedy is definitely a challenge. First of all, if I did have to work from home on my 9 to 5, I wouldn't have one because I don't have the attention span to be able to sit in front of the computer and actually do my work. So I know right then I'll be fired. Right. So through COVID, I'm at work. They was like, Pat, you can go home, take leave. No, I got to be here because if I break this routine at any moment, I won't have a job. So I continue to go. Now, doing comedy on the computer, it's been different.
Tell me, on the computer?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since you've been out.
What you mean? That's virtual. Yeah, I'm slinging jokes through the computer, internet. I even hardwired my laptop to the router. Because I want good connection. Yeah, I want good connection because I want all my money.
Right. Yeah. So, if they can find any excuse.
Right. We couldn't hear you anyway. So, what you going to do about that? I'm like.
Look, still, I would much rather, I don't know if it's like this for y'all, but I would much rather, because I've done a few virtual performances. I would much rather be in front of an audience that doesn't respond than be in front of somebody who on their screen while you telling jokes is doing this.
Hey.
He done loved the show.
He done walked out the show.
You
You're so funny.
And why he gone? Don't touch that COVID cash, y'all.
I've seen that. It is very demoralizing. Like while you telling your jokes, because you can't really touch them and respond like a live show. So you just watching people disrespectful, and it's like, turn your camera off. Just turn your camera off and make me feel better.
What I stopped doing was material though. I remember when it first hit, I would set my laptop up and in my room and like be full blown. I'm doing a whole comedy skit routine. Now I'm just like this. Yeah, so I see you back there doing such stuff. Like it's a conversation between me and these 4 people on this screen. And I didn't split up, making it seem like I'm doing my thing. Like I gotta keep swiping, like I got multiple people on there, but it's 4.
Well, I know this. Well, no. Like, well, has it been easier to write or tighten up new material during this time? Because each of us have different styles, Ross. I'll let you go first.
I haven't written anything since 1942.
So you just gonna stick with this old thing?
Yeah.
No. On the real, I just get up there and I talk. I think I'm fascinated enough to just let whatever comes out my mouth be joyous and wonderful.
I got
and
you.
I don't believe I said that with a straight. I don't believe I said that with a straight face. But
joyous, wonderful. You, Lionel, like, has it been easier to write or to up some jokes?
I didn't try it first. Like I was writing other things. Like I shifted my focus towards writing. It's the letter for the day, fam. It's the letter for the day. You know what I'm saying? But look, I started writing like scripts. I started shifting my focus to writing stuff like that. I just started writing material not that long ago. Yeah. And I went out there and did a show because it was outside.
Yeah.
And it was social distance, man. And you know, it worked out. I mean, I got lucky. I did the risky move. I did all new stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, when else I'm gonna get a chance to try it out to see if it worked? If I die, I die. You know what I'm saying? So I just did it and it landed. So I was like, praise the Jesus, because I mean,
praise the Jesus.
Yeah,
you,
the
Patrick?
Jesus.
I mean, been writing.
I've been trying, but it's been really, really rough for me. I've been trying to punch up some old stuff, but the reality is I create most of my moments on stage. So I ain't trying to sound like the Jay-Z of comedy or nothing. But most of the time I get on stage and I do a joke or come up with a premise or something, and then I'll go back and punch it up. So for me, without having that stage, I don't have it don't flow for me. So I always get writer's block just sitting there trying to write. It just sounds corny to me.
Yeah. I mean, it is difficult when you don't have, I guess, the platform to try it like you normally do. And for me, I'm a structured person, so I like to write everything down before I go do it. And without having that ability and that atmosphere to do it, it really does put you in an awkward situation. Like I did like my first live performance since March was like in August. And all these people, it was a rich white neighborhood, and they were a group of people that claim that they all quarantine and stay at home and stay in that neighborhood because nobody wearing no mask.
Oh no!
Even when I was selling merchandise afterwards, little kids was coming up to me. Yeah, I want that. I'm like, like don't put your finger. Like some people aren't really taking the whole social distance thing as serious as others.
Seriously.
I think is the reason why we're the way we are. So, you know.
Yeah. I'd have been macing them kids with Lysol, sure, to make it close. Right. They'd have to cut this 409 to the grill, whatever I had on me. For real.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult to even get that type of stage time, but we all know one of the toughest things for a comic is to get on stage. So, quick question, like, what was the shortest comedy performance any of you ever did? Patrick.
Wow, the shortest performance. I don't have. I mean, I guess I've done. Okay, Shortest. Okay. So a guy did 2 shows one time. First show had 3 people in it. And so the second show had nobody in it. So I got up there and I was doing my thing and I was like, nobody's here. What am I doing? All right, y'all, that's my time. My name is Peaty. I'm out of here. And I went on here. Look, he was in the back like, you good. I'm like, why you even let me come up here? Like, we didn't even need to start this. Like, he was like, you good. It was like the first show had 3 people. You jumped out there and did 2 shows off the rip. And the second show had nobody. We waited like at least half an hour for people to, I'm thinking, CP time. It was past CP time and nobody. He was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now coming to the stage, I was like, we gonna do this?
We gonna hold on. Talk about what went into the mindset of. All right, so we're gonna go on and get started.
That's what I want. I want to know what sparked that. I'm still trying to figure out.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
The
show must go on.
So that was your shortest. How long do you think?
Shortest. I know I might have did 4 minutes.
4? Okay. All right, Roz.
I might have did 4.
Roz, your shortest amount of time on stage?
Thorogood Inn, my first night there.
Yeah.
My very first open mic ever when I was trying to be a comedian, I did 3 minutes. And I thought, wait a minute, and when they told me you got to do 3 minutes, I know I got more than 3 minutes. And you don't know, you don't have 3 minutes till you get 3 minutes in front of you. Yeah. I had wrote all my stuff down. Oh yeah, I'm a wildest artist. And I went there, I had 37 seconds of material. Ooh. But luckily
37.
But luckily 37 seconds of material. And luckily I had a boyfriend. My boyfriend was the joke. Thank y'all, good night. I was better prepared the following week though.
Oh wow. Now look, I got Ashley. She's on the TV. Well, she's one of our co-hosts on the TV show Living 757, talking about I did 0 minutes because Quincy never invites me on the show. Look, Ashley, I told you this is comedians that we have to have this life together. Okay, I just need you to know this, Ashley. Okay, we love you, or zippity doo dah. I just have yeah. So you, Lionel, the shortest performance you ever had in history. Roz got us beat with how long, Roz?
37 seconds.
37 seconds. Patrick got 4 total minutes. You were dedicated, Patrick, to go 4 minutes. Yeah. God bless you.
I was up there. I was just gonna run through it. Like, it was practice at that point. Practice. Like, I was just going to go through it like, I was like, here we go.
Yeah. Lionel?
We talk about practice.
Practice.
That's what we talk about. We talk about practice. Right now.
Yeah, so you, man, like your shortest?
Mine was probably like Roz's, man. When I first started out, when I first got serious about comedy, I was actually working. I was in Hollywood. I was in California, and I wanted to try it. So I went to I think it was like Flappers, and like another like open mic in like West Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just remember when I was on stage, because I made the mistake of bringing one of my friends with me. I had a friend that lived out on the West Coast, and he can't.
Made a mistake.
I made a mistake, yeah, because he still joked me about this material. He's like, "Yo, what was wrong with you that night?" Like, I could. It's like he's like, because I had a hat on, right, and I took my hat off. I put it back on. I took my hat, put it to the back. I put it to the side. Like I was sweating. All this happened in the span of about 3 to 4 minutes. I don't know exactly how long.
Yeah.
But I just know that it just felt a lot longer than, them jokes won't. I don't know. Maybe like Roz, it was like 37 seconds. I was just trying to stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like that, and it just kind of breezes by. I know my shortest was about a minute. Same type of situation at the Thorogood Inn Comedy Club. Shout out to that historic comedy club in the Hampton Roads area. But they had so many comics on their open mic nights. It used to be Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays was part comic. part comedy, the other part improv, and Thursday was all comedy workshop. And I was new, and it was me and these two other comics that were basically getting bumped off the list. See, that's what a lot of the young comics don't know about getting off a list, because you're new in the game and the veterans are there, right? And it is a lonely feeling, I'm telling you, because you are coming there, you're so green in the eyes, you're like, oh yeah, I've got this joke I want to try, yeah, and you get there and the list is like 82 comics, and you're looking at that joke like, ooh, and it happens a lot in LA, Lionel, so I know you probably know about that out there, but man, the guy was so nice. His name was Phil, and he said, all right, y'all, I can see the look in your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to give 3 minutes. And then we looked at each other and said, ooh, which one of us is going to get those 3 minutes? Who's the best? He said, I'm going to split that 3 minutes between the three of you. So 1 minute each. So the host is going to introduce the first person, and you go out there and do a minute, whatever that minute is for you, do it and get off the stage.
Wow.
And then the other person comes in behind. So the host didn't come out and say, all right, give it up for her. Now let's do this. No, it was like a round robin. And when I tell you that 1 minute for me, I felt like I had destroyed what my mother thought her son was supposed to be, because that woman, I didn't know how to orchestrate anything for a minute, and so I was out there like, yeah, so now let's talk about French fries. Well, that's my time. So it was the fastest quick minute, and so I will always remember that and appreciate stage time. Like, that is the most important thing for any comic, is to get on stage. And Roz, I have to tell you, you actually have one of the most scariest on stage scenarios and things, and you're laughing already. Anybody tuning in, y'all, if y'all don't know about Roz, look her up on YouTube. But Roz, I want you to tell us.
First of all,
what was going on when you fell off the stage. Everybody trying to get on the stage. This girl fell off the stage.
Everybody trying to get on.
Tell us, Roz.
What happened was,
Uh-huh.
I had my cell phone in my bra,
Right.
and my boyfriend buzzed me, and the phone fell, as you can see right there.
Yep.
Now, as you can see, I'm very well chested. I have 87 pounds of chest area.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
And I had on 4-inch heels. Gravity won that night.
Oh, but look, you came back to the stage. This girl's about to say, what? That's the end of my show.
Oh no, it wasn't on it. I laid there. Well, first of all, everybody thought I died.
Hold on. Patrick is surprised. I don't think
I wasn't ready for that.
Patrick, you never saw that?
No.
she fell.
You didn't never saw that?
I've never.
Dude,
I did not know.
dude, that was 6 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Where you been?
Wow.
It went viral too, right?
Yeah, it did. Man, I was on America's Funniest Videos. I was on what is that? True TV. What is that segment called? Best performer, best entertainer ever. They flew me to New York and everything and interviewed me. Where you been? Wow. But let me tell you what happened with that video. Okay. When I fell, and y'all need to go check it out. Google, people. Google comedian falls off stage. You'll see me, and you'll see most of the show, because you will see that the microphone hit the floor real hard, but everybody thought it was me, and they thought I died, and everybody was quiet. But I tell you what,
They thought you died.
I realized they thought I died, because I could have snapped my neck. And honestly, to be real truthful, I injured 2 vertebrae on my neck, which still hurt. And I got new teeth. Yeah, you see how nice these are? I just bought them last week. They're on installment. So you need to buy a t-shirt. See this? I done made a t-shirt about this. Ta-da, look at this.
Oh my
I'm
God.
falling down funny.
Oh wow.
Falling down.
Yes, honey.
Look, that is hilarious.
No, I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you the real truth about that. Somebody loaded it up on YouTube to embarrass me. Cause so it wasn't all altruistic. Someone put that up there to embarrass me, and I'm like, no, you can't embarrass me. I laid there on the floor and I finished my darn set like a freaking professional. I laid there and said, we're gonna do the show from right here. And I laid there and I did that. Neck throbbing, lip bleeding, I think my toe fell across the room, but I finished my darn show. That ain't nothing to be embarrassed of. That is to be merited and be proud of. And that is why I have the t-shirt. And you can get one too for $20 on eBay. I do sell these.
Hold on.
I am not kidding.
Every time I hear
if you want to, a kiki all the way to what's the name of that app that give you money? What's that?
Cash
not
App.
TikTok. You know I'm old. Cash App, that one too. PayPal.
Every time I hear every time I hear you talk about that, and then when you talk about, you know, how folks can just kiki laugh, it reminds me of how you used to always do that James Brown impression.
Oh, hold up.
Back to you.
You know where that came from, right? That came from the Thorogood guys messed with me. They didn't like me. So one day they decided she looked like James Brown. They introduced me as James Brown, the hardest working woman in Hampton Roads. And I was mad. And I said, I'm not going to let them get me. So I turned it around. I made a whole darn joke out of it. And the joke's on them because I told that joke in Macon, Georgia. And one of James Brown's people was in the audience and he asked to meet me. So ha. Oh, that hurt. I'm sorry.
Now look, there's a viewer. Now I know people are laughing, but there are some people saying, play it again. So y'all need to finish laughing. If y'all gonna laugh at Roz's pain, I need you to go and find out how to buy her shirt. She's gonna tell you that in a little bit. But here's the video again while you narrated. You had a phone in your pocket.
Oh no.
I was talking about what my breasts look like when I don't wear a bra. And then seriously. And then I was trying to get up, and I have large breasts and little legs. That did not work. They didn't work at all.
Yeah, very classic. And for the individuals that got the entertainment off of it, God bless y'all for laughing that hard. Now Roz is a comedian. She's a professional, and like she said, she did finish the rest of the show. My wife is commenting on here saying Roz made me afraid of sitting in the front row at any comedy show. Still won't to this day. Right, yeah. I remember I was young in the game and I brought my wife, she was my girl then at the time, but I brought her to come watch her boyfriend perform. And Roz go up there and she starts roasting my woman. Because Roz was talking about her chest, she's well endowed. Well, my wife wasn't well endowed in, and she was like, I don't ever want to come see a show ever again, especially if she up there.
I'm sorry. I ain't mean no joke. Actually, I'm jealous because see, she can go get a bra from anywhere. I gotta go to Western Auto to get mine, so she good. She can get.
Now, fellas, any embarrassing moments that y'all have? Patrick?
I performed at TCC in the middle of the student union or the student hall, right? And I'm in there and I'm doing my thing, and my thing wasn't well received, so. I was like, all right, y'all, I have a thing where I don't mind wrapping it up. I will drop what I'm doing. All right, y'all, take it easy. That's my time. I'm out of here. I know when to hold them and know when to fold them. I got on out of there, and they went to pay me. I said, yo, you don't worry about it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But she said, well, the check is already made out to you. But I seen the lady at the top balcony frowned all up, like, y'all brought him in here. So I really wanted to do the nice thing and get a check back. But she said, already had my name on it anyway. They would have went through too much trouble. So I said, okay, thanks. Boom. So I get on Facebook Live afterwards. And the Facebook Live was better than the show, but I was just expressing how it went and what, everybody like, how did it go? I said, it went. You know, so people are tripping. They like, yo, I can't believe, you still, church folk, you still funny. God got something for you on the other end. I'm like, well, God, let me drown in there just then. And nobody threw me a life raft. What just happened? So that was embarrassing. I mean, and the crazy part was, I seen my little cousin. She was in high school, but she was doing the little, how you can go to college and get your credits. Yeah. I seen my cousin sit on the chair, and she was telling everybody, that's my cousin, that's my cousin. When I was in my set, she was like this. and I never seen her leave, but she disappeared. I don't know whether she rolled on the floor, tucked and rolled after she slid. I don't know what she did, but she got out of there. Oh. And I texted her afterwards. I was like, I'm sorry, I embarrassed. She said, no, you didn't embarrass me. But, did you know it was going to be like that?
Oh, man.
But you know what, though? And I got to say this. That was before I was doing myself, too. Because I used to think I could go as a character everywhere. I used to think, I don't care what nobody say. This is Peter Ray Ray. I'm doing my character. And I would do it everywhere. Well, everywhere don't receive characters. And there was a bunch of kids walking back and forth. And we like to blame the room. It was too many people moving back and forth. They were eating while I was doing, too much stuff. Nah, it was me. I was not prepared. I was horrible.
Gotcha. You Lionel, any embarrassing moments on stage, bro?
So many. I was trying to think.
So many.
You're trying to find one.
Yeah, it's like
one good one.
Right. I'm trying to
think
one
that stands out.
I can't top Roz, you know what I'm saying? She got the Isuzu Trooper top heavy story. Like I can't do nothing with that. Patrick got the disappearing axe.
You are lucky. You lucky this a family show. You really are.
I'm just recalling.
I got your Isuzu.
Well, they had to recall them because they kept flipping over.
Ooh. Oh. Jesus, hold my tongue. Hold my tongue, Lord. Hold my tongue.
He'll do it if you ask him. He'll do it. Won't he will.
Next time I come to Hampton Roads, I'm going to get you.
Look.
You know I'm a cougar.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I'll have you up in the middle of the night snapping peas. Come on, keep messing with me. Come on.
If my wife is watching, these are just jokes.
He said these are just jokes.
Yeah, the views and opinions expressed on Quality Comedy are not necessarily endorsed by me. I want to put that out there. I got stories with things went south. I don't know. They're not funny though. It just went bad. It just went hard.
Oh, they'll be funny to us. Trust me, it'll be funny to us.
I think. One of the times I lost my temper. I let a heckler get the best of me one time.
Yeah.
And really, I had some personal stuff going on, so I probably shouldn't have went and did nothing anyway. I probably shouldn't have performed. I probably should have just sat home.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what dude said. I just know he said something and said, yo mama after it. And I was waiting for him in the parking lot. I was like, for real, cuz? For real, B? That's how we doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just changed. I forgot I was a dad. I was like, yo, you can't do this, man. You can't just be brawling.
Yeah.
So, but that's probably the worst, was just letting somebody get the best of me. Because I mean, I perform. That's why, I describe myself as a mostly clean comedian. I say mostly clean. There's always that chance you might catch me on that day.
Hey,
you might catch me outside, fam. You might.
We are all human beings, and at any time, anything could just throw you off. And it's one of those deals where if you ain't ready, you better say what? Like, you forget that you're in the middle of your performance.
Right.
And those things could happen, man. I mean, wow. I can't remember any embarrassing moments outside of, I performed at a nudist whitetail nudist resort.
And where is it?
It's in.
Who books that?
It's in the Isle of Wight.
I bet it is.
Yeah. Look, it was maybe about 3 total black folks, but this was a comedy show that they booked, and they booked comedy show performances all the time. When I tell you, bro, it was me. I don't know if y'all remember Jesse. You run the nights at the at Clash of the Comics.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yes, yeah. So me and him got booked on this show, and we are sitting out there. And mind you, these people are butt naked sitting because this is their natural habitat. Just sitting, just legs open, just knees up, just sitting, right? And so what they try to do to make the newcomers and visitors uncomfortable is they turn up the heat. And it was already a cold season, but they turn up the heat inside the building just to make you be like, hey, I got to take off these layers of clothing to get comfortable. So they had turned the heat all the way up. And I remember Jesse was opening and then I was going to close it out. And me and Jesse's backstage, he said, dude, I don't know. I don't know about this. And I said, bro, just go out there, just do your stuff, just flip it in reverse, pitch it in with clothes on, right? Like, if you're nervous, pitch it in with clothes on instead of the clothes off. So he go up there, I'm starting to hear the roars, the laughter, the cheering, and every 5 minutes it'd be another, and it just gets louder and louder. I'm like, Jesse is killing right now. So anyway, Jesse goes, because I'm not paying attention to his set because I'm in my mind trying to get my set ready. All I hear is, all right, guys, that's my time. I had fun. He comes backstage, clothes in hand, butt naked. This person gets clothes off on stage. And I'm like,
hey, layer by layer.
What are they doing to us out there on stage? He was butt naked and said, Q, I'm sorry, but you're going to kill him. I said, no, I ain't. No, I ain't. The most embarrassing moment because they kept saying, hey, do what the previous comic did. Take your clothes off. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to do it. And so that was my crazy, embarrassing on stage moment that I will never forget. And this person up here quoting Bernie Mac references, did it smell like Badusi?
Shout out to Isle of Wight. Shout out to Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
And who books that?
Whoever that is. No, as a matter of fact, I know who used to book it. I don't know if they still book it, but I got it booked through the Funny Bone. It was the manager at the Funny Bone. And this was like 7 years ago or something. And what was crazy about that story was I got offered an opportunity to get booked directly through them so they can skip him. And I didn't know how close he and Jesse were, right? But I knew that they were close.
Okay.
And somehow I think Jesse was around when it happened. And this is a story about integrity because the guy's like, hey, look, we would love to have you back. You guys were great. And but I would like to book you individually and not have to go through the other means. And I looked at him and said, I don't play that game. You can contact the person that you used to or that you booked me through and tell him what you plan on doing moving forward. But I'm not going to try to take the business from him. Not knowing Jesse was listening to it, and that particular manager pulled me to the side like some weeks later and said, "Yeah, I heard what you did, and I really appreciate that. Like that shows a lot of integrity." So. That was the positive that came out of that whole story. Just make sure that you don't step on toes in this business because it doesn't matter whose toes you step on. Once that starts filtering out to other people, that's what you're going to be perceived as even before they get a chance to know who you are. So that was the one thing that I do remember about that. But before we move forward, because we can go all day before we even take a break here, I want to do something I always like doing with all my guests, and I got 3 of y'all on here, so it should be even more fun. This is a segment of going completely off topic. Okay, we've been talking comedy all this time, so let's go completely off topic. All right, give me 1 second. Let me unclick this joint here. All right, so going completely off topic, all right? So it's like 3 questions I'll ask. Y'all can each answer it however you want to answer. Serious, funny, it doesn't matter. So first question is, I know y'all are from the South or y'all live in the South. Which one of you or all of you, when you cook rice, have you ever had sugar in the rice?
I have. I did it before. I ain't go front. I'm clean.
Hey, look, I'm from Texas. Sugar rice was the meal. Sugar rice and bologna with the bubble on the top.
I love sugar rice.
Okay.
I'll make it today. I put me some sugar, milk, and butter in it.
Right. Okay. Now, I don't do milk, but I will do butter and sugar. And this person is talking about yuck. Jerome, you have no idea what sugar rice really tastes like, Jerome. Okay. Sugar rice is great. Roz, you sugar rice or just regular rice?
Regular rice, but my mother used to make a rice pudding with sugar and vanilla and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never mastered that, so we just eat sugar and we just eat red beans and rice at my house.
Just red beans and rice.
Yes, we weren't quite that poor to psych our children into thinking that it was great.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Wait. My mama was that poor. I wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I got my children with the potted meat. Told them it was a pate.
Next, going completely off topic subject here. Hold up. Jerome said rice only with butter, salt, and pepper. Okay. Then you might as well put gravy on it, sir.
Gravy. Got to put some gravy on it.
You talk about rice, butter, salt, and pepper. High cholesterol and hypertension, blood pressure. Yeah, okay. All right, I can respect that, Jerome. So the next question, what's the earliest age now? I know, Roz, you have a child or children? 2, okay. You, Lionel, you've got how many kids? 2. I got 1. Patrick, I know. Look. It ain't about you not having any kids, but I know what type of person you are. So you got to answer this. What's the earliest age you think a child deserves a pair of Jordans? Lionel, I have you go first.
My son already had a couple, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's family members. You know what I'm saying? Giving it to them.
Yeah.
And,
the real Jordans?
Yeah, he has some real J's. Yeah. You know, they make J's in all sizes, man. So he done had about 3-4 pair already.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, because you got to be. I mean, not that I perpetuate this or not that I endorse it, but you got to be dope boy fresh, man. You just got to be it, man. That's the only way you're gonna make it in these streets.
Yeah.
You got to be it
and get jacked.
Right.
At the age of 8.
That come later, though. Right now, he say he can wear his J's from fear of robbery, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. My wife is saying when they start paying their own bills, this other person is saying when they get a job, that's when they can have it. Patrick, you?
I would say really at any time, but if it was my preference, I would say when you can at least take care of them. You know what I mean? Little kids walking through the puddles, not really caring about the shoes. I'm like, it costs too much.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to buy them anyway. I don't even really wear them. So for me, I like cool. I'm into Vans. I'm into Vans. And people like, you're a big kid, man. I'm like, no, they cheap and they still cool. So I'm good with the Vans.
Yeah, but you are a big kid. That whole trampoline story, how we met the most disrespectful big kid I will ever meet in my life. This dude, that's a whole nother story about this dude. But anybody know Patrick? Yes, he is a big kid. You see this brother on his Instagram and Facebook on skates. This brother just smooth as he want to be, just a big kid. Now you, Roz, you've got 2 children, and life is already, or that life is already passed as far as you buying them Jordans. But was Jordans a big deal when they were younger for you?
With my oldest one, no, because she was born 1980, and Jordan didn't hit the scene till like 89, 90, 91, something like that. It was a problem with my youngest daughter, who was born in 92.
Yeah.
And she asked me because she had some Jordans, and I said, "Can you bring home all A's?"
Yeah.
You bring home all A's, I will get you some Jordans. And I will say that I'm proud to say that I've never bought her Jordans.
Better save that money.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Hey, you bring me all A's, you get J's. I like that.
Yeah.
My eldest daughter coming with the felines, because you remember the early 90s, they had the feline that had a little belt buckle thing that went up front. Yeah, she wanted those. I'm like, hey, bring home all A's.
Right.
Damn it, she brought home all A's.
I don't know, Roz, with felines, I mean, they could at least brought home a B in there.
Look,
come on, A's, dude. Come on now, Roz.
Well, first of all, I didn't think she would get an A in nothing. So I was surprised. I thought I would give her something that was unattainable.
Right.
She messed me up, so I had to go and spend. Oh my gosh, it was $80 for a pair of shoes.
Yeah, yeah. My dad would not buy me any pair of shoes that cost anything more than free. This dude,
wow,
just like I had to earn my first pair of Nikes by cutting grass and doing all stuff during the summertime, but he would not invest. I would go to school, I had Buster Browns, I had every shoe that did not have a name. And then when I finally got my first pair of Nikes, it was just the check. It didn't have Nike on it at all. I had to persuade people that, believe me, I got the box. Like, I had to tell them, please believe me. So yeah, I struggled. It wasn't until 3 years ago I finally brought my first pair of Jordans, and I just did it just so I could say I did it. And I got the very first version. I guess Jordan 1s. Lionel, you probably know about the ones.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. So I got my first pair of Jordans as a 40-plus-year-old man, and it felt good. It felt good to get them, but I mean, I don't really know what all the hype was all about, but I see parents buying that type of stuff for their kids, and you can't judge that. But then I see the parents that don't buy that stuff for their kids because maybe they can't afford it, but they just be like, no, that's not what's important. So
I couldn't get it. We had to go to, I don't know if y'all remember A&N.
A&N, let's go. Let's go.
And Navy. That's where I had to go. The only place you could get brand name shoes for under $50. That was the only place.
Oh, mine was Marshall's.
Oh no, bro! Like that was there. That was there, but that came later as a responsible adult. Before that, I was rocking. Somebody put in the comment Franklin's. Man, I had Voight's, Spalding's. Like it was bad, bro. That's what. And I
had sneakers. You had
right. And I believe that's why I'm a comedian today, and I can fight a little bit. Because when you wear shoes like that,
they're gonna get on you.
Right.
They're gonna get on you.
The mean streets can be mean, man.
Stick and move. Okay. Yeah. Well, the final going completely off topic question is: if you could be invisible, what would you do knowing that you'd never be caught doing it? If you could be invisible, what would you do? Roz, I'll go with you first.
I had to think about that for a minute because there's so many evil thoughts that run across my mind, and certain men that didn't tell me they were married, and until their wife showed up at my house with a gun, I'd like to go visit them. That's a true story.
And do what though? And do what that you would never be caught doing?
I think I'd like to enter a bank vault and just clean it out.
And clean it out? Okay. And get the money now.
Yes. And give the money to charity. I have this great charity called Rosalind McCoy Needs Some New Teethuses. And
you gonna give it
to a new house. Yes, it's a 401c and everything, or 501c, or whatever it is legally. That's what it is.
Just like that bus driver told the girl in Ohio, you going to jail now. You going to jail now. You ain't gonna be able to get. No.
But I'm invisible.
Because black people can't hide money. So soon when black people get money, it's about to be shown out there to the world, and you going to jail, Roz. All right. Let me see. Patrick, if you can be invisible, what would you do knowing that you'd never be caught?
Yeah. My first one was to go to the bank and get some money.
Right.
That was my first one.
Okay.
But I feel like, and I probably shouldn't say this as a Christian, but I feel like I would pay a couple people back, for some things that they've done to my life.
Hey, Jesus paid people back?
Yeah, he paid it all. So, yeah, I would definitely have to go and see a couple folk. That's it.
Okay, like see them and do what though? Like
okay, so I would really like to mess with them while they sleep.
Right.
Stand over them and slap them and watch them get up and look around looking for them. And they lay back down and I'll punch them. Boom, and they get up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think that you way too nice. I mean, I like the idea of catching people and they sleep and messing with them, but I'm gonna do something that is really gonna mess with them. I'm plucking nose hairs in the middle of their sleep. I'm just jacking. Like, can you imagine? Have you ever pulled out a nose hair and it caused that tear?
Yes.
Right? Like, imagine being asleep and you just keep.
Oh, that's a hemorrhage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Lionel, you were invisible. What would you do that you know you'd never be caught doing?
All right, this is what I probably do. I probably hop in my Isuzu Trooper, and then I speed down Isle of Wight, right? And then one of the cops pulled me over and be like, "Do you know why I stopped you?" Boop, I'm gone. That's it. Either that or I get caught and they be like, "When the defendant please rise," I just rise on about the courtroom. Don't nobody know.
Just ghost.
Yeah, just ghost. Just be
just
out.
Ghost him.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So you, Lionel, would take it a little dangerously and just try to avoid another black man getting killed by just disappearing.
Just disappearing, but I won't be on the internet, bro. I'll be ghost.
He'd be ghost.
I'll be out.
Be Patrick Swayze. Okay, cool. All right. Well, obviously we running a little bit long, but that's cool. If y'all cool, I'm cool. People, I'm gonna drop all y'all backstage, and then I'll come right back with the rest of this fun time that we're having on Quality Comedy Time. Y'all stay right there. All right. All right. Let me see. There we go. All right, so folks, thank y'all for still hanging in there and tuning in. I do have a trivia. Yes, I do have a trivia. My wife is gonna kill me. You can't remember trivia. I do have a trivia question, so I'll ask that shortly. What's going on, Fred McKinnon? I see you on here, man. Yeah, I got a trivia question, and the first person that gets the answer to that is going to get this $25 sent to you tonight. So if you are enjoying yourself, if you got a question, feel free to ask a question to any of these comics. And like I said, because we're running long, I could just tell you guys I have a comedy special that's on TGX Live. It's only $4.99 per stream. This is a black-owned company, and they took time to invest in me, put my first comedy special up there, Too Young for 40, and I appreciate them. Like I said, it's only $4.99, so you can stream it and definitely support. And I certainly appreciate it. TGXlive.com is where you guys can go. And if you are interested in keeping up with my Perfect Human movement, I have these shirts and these wristbands that basically let folks know, stop judging, stop holding grudges, stop pointing fingers. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all make mistakes or fall off the stage in the middle of a show. Like, we do certain things. Yeah, I know Rod's back there laughing. But yeah, we are all human beings and we all make mistakes. So y'all keep that in mind, and let's go ahead and bring each of these individuals back in. All right, so we're going to get to the second half of this interview, and I came across this, and I want you guys to see it and give me your thoughts as this is playing. You know, I'm a 44-year-old man, never had a fight in my life with anybody that wasn't a family member. I don't make that a secret, but I have taken karate, and if this was your teacher showing you that karate was just this simple, how, like, what are y'all thoughts on seeing a dude sit down and take it? Look, This is my favorite one that's coming up. All right, because this guy, look at him. Look. He got his foot, and this dude can't do nothing. And watch his finger. Look, with the finger, his vertebrae collapses. Are you kidding me? No, sir. No.
This dude look like a mob boss.
I mean, I've never seen a sensei construct from a sitting position.
Was that real though?
Yeah, it was real. Did you see back there? I mean, I don't know. Right? Yeah, I don't know if his technique was real, but I mean, like, do y'all think that y'all could use that move today and it'll work if somebody come up to you?
If I can find my chi like that, you know, I mean, obviously, first of all, I got to go get that tracksuit because I think that make you most dangerous. Is you got to get the tracksuit, you get the mob boss swag.
Hold on, I gotta see it.
You put the tracksuit on, bam. You're like, I come to you with an offer you can't refuse. And I just chop you in your trachea, B.
This dude said, I gotta go get that tracksuit. Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I got nothing. Don't even ask me. I got nothing.
You know, before we move forward, Sabrina is asking, what's the best comedy advice you've ever received? I'll let each of y'all give those answers. Lionel, I'll start with you. The best comedy advice you've ever received.
First time I ever got a real gig at a comedy club was Richmond Funny Bone. And they booked me for a gig, and I bombed terribly. I bombed horribly. I was like Patrick was saying in the beginning of his joint, like I quit comedy so many times while I was on stage. I was like, I ain't doing this no more. You know, it was bad. But I had a friend, shout out to Jai Tola, Richmond comic. He pulled me to the side. He's like, yo, you got to perform immediately. Like, you can't let the stink of this performance stay on you. Go do a mic. He took me to a mic in Richmond right after the show. I did like 10 minutes about like Cinderella, some random. I was talking about Disney cartoons and straight murdered it because I ain't care. You know what I'm saying? I was so hurt from the mic. I was just up there saying whatever. Yeah, it gave my confidence back. Okay. So I mean, you know, just getting back up there as soon as you can after the first like real big hit that you take. Like
and everybody got to take it. You know, and before we move forward with the rest of you answering this question, Fred, another fellow comedian, is referring to the tracksuit sensei. Well, Wu-Tang meets Tickle Me Elmo. Yeah. So Patrick, the best advice you ever got?
So it's twofold. So I gotta say this because I like to give people their flowers while they're still living. Q, you taught me a lot about the game. Get your business together. Know your business. I did not have a business license and stuff prior to meeting you, so you got that whole thing. And then another one, this is not a name drop, but I used to call Steve Harvey's show every morning on my way to work. And I was like, man, I used to get through quite often. So I got on there, and I said, man, I'm a clean comedian from Virginia, blah, blah, blah. He said, why did you say clean comedian? And I was like, because that's what I do. He said, are you funny? I was like, yes, sir. He said, then you're a comedian. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I really like that I take that mindset on the stage. I like going on there just doing what I do and not telling people that I'm clean. And when I walk off stage, somebody comes up to me and say, did you curse? Or are you a preacher? Oh my God, you didn't even have to curse, and you was hilarious. Because for some reason, people can't put clean and funny together for some reason. Mentally, they just can't do it. So I thought that was a good little tidbit to go by. I just like to say I'm a comedian, and I go out there and I do my thing. And I just like to see the people's reaction to that. So.
Got you. Did Steve give you that? Because I'm going to tell you, Godfrey got Steve Harvey down pat.
Oh,
with
man.
With impersonation.
Yeah.
What the board say?
He kills it.
Good coffee. Yeah. All right, Roz, the best advice that you ever got?
The best advice I got, I think I've been doing comedy about 3 months, if you want to call it, doing comedy. And I ran into Eddie Griffin at some club. He had just did a show in Portsmouth. Mm-hmm. And I walked up to him and I told him that I've been doing comedy, and I was like, can you give me any advice? I'm like, I know you, I don't want you to take me on a tour. I ain't got enough material. He said, the best thing I could tell you, sister, I tell this to anybody, is always make sure you enjoy yourself, but most importantly, always be true to yourself. You always want to be able to look in the mirror and respect what you see. If you can't do that, you don't need to be doing this. And it's okay to walk away from it, because sometimes people try to change you. Like, what's the name of the club you at? He said, I'm at Third. I told him I was at Third. He said, it's a white club. They're going to try to whiten you up. Don't do that. Always go on stage and always be you. And that's the best advice he's ever given me. And I tell you, Thorogood has tried to get me to change my name and change my style. And, maybe if you don't I like doing this the way I do this.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be on your stage. I mean, I have to, but I really don't have to. So Thorogood was a very good learning experience for me, twofold. Good things and bad things. But I always stuck with what Eddie said. I'm always true to myself.
Okay.
You either like me or you don't.
Hey, I got you. I got you.
Now, I still got the check.
Right, of course. Now, I've gotten some good advice over the years too, and like, I think one that really stuck with me came from this comic who's no longer here. His name is Lord, and he told me years ago, he said, when you have comedians and friends in the business, don't be afraid to not reach out to them. Don't be afraid to not, just ask them something, and don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't ask you because you're you. And I've actually taken that into consideration when I started doing this virtual show here, because a lot of the guests that I've had on here, these folks have been on, BT and all these other things. They've been around. I mean, I had Cypher Sounds. He's discovered Rihanna and Drake and all those individuals. And just by meeting them maybe once or twice, or just like once, and I had their number, and I'm like, somebody wouldn't give you their number. My wife says it all the time. Like, you have these people in your phone. How many people can say they have a Nephew Tommy's number, or they got a S'more's number or something? You have these people. Like, don't be afraid to call them. And so that's been my biggest thing that I know I've taken from that guy, and don't just call them when you need something. Call them just to say, or text them, just say, hey, just checking in on you.
Thank you.
Like, I think about a month or so after the pandemic hit, S'more's manager, he hit me up, and usually if he texts me or hit me up, it's about, hey, we're going to be in town. Are you free? You can open up, or I got some tickets if you want to come out to the show. He texted me a little bit after the pandemic, and he said, hey, just checking on you, man. And I'm thinking, little old me, like, he know all these big time people, and he's checking on me. And so that just made me really understand the connection that you have with people. And if you have the connection, and if you use it correctly, then people should always still be around, in my opinion. So that's my story there. And I do have a quick a COVID cash trivia question. So are y'all ready? Y'all don't answer this. This is for those that are tuned in. And if you've been paying attention the whole time, then all you got to do is be the first one to put it in the comments. Okay. COVID cash trivia question. Here we go. Which one of us had the shortest performance on stage, and how long was it? So you have to say the name of the comic and how long it was. Okay, there's one person over here that had the shortest, and how long was it? So the first person to get it correct in the comments, I will verify that after the show. So y'all just comment away, and we'll move on right quick while they're commenting. I did want to say to each of you, I think like you each have your own styles. I'll start with you, Lionel. You did something a few years ago that to this day I truly admire. You did something called a joke a day. And I've never seen that on any level because writing a joke a month is tough. You challenged yourself to do a joke a day, and now it's turned into a comedy series. Can you just kind of shed some light on what led to it and why you didn't stop doing it?
The reason why, there was a job opening for what was it? Colbert. Colbert was taking over the Late Show. And when he was looking to hire writers, he put the job posting up on regular job sites. Like, you didn't have to be connected to know that it was a listing for the job. And I applied for the job. And they were considering me. You know, time went past about a month. And I kept following up. And every time I followed up, they was like, nah, be cool. You still being considered for the job. Yeah. Second month went by, same thing. I applied in June, and it got until September when I found out I didn't end up getting it. But when I didn't get it, I was like, you know what? I'll show them. I'm going to write a joke every day and put it on the internet. And I just was motivated to do it. And that was the thought process behind it. I think I was talking to somebody and put the idea, like, I don't know what somebody said to me that made me think. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to show that I can write. And I did it for the full year. And Quincy, like, is, you know, I know he's got the reputation, but Quincy would come to me and be like, hey, look, I don't really think you can do it, fam. Quincy would like, you know, like a month go by. Oh, I see you did it a month. That's what's up. Let's see what you do for the other 11. Just send me messages. I'm like, why am I getting heckled by Quincy? but my focus, like, is like when something like, I don't know if I can do it again. But I mean, when I do feel like something, and I mean, my faith is my meter, is my God. So, I mean, I feel like it was a God ordained thing. Like, I could do it for that time. Gotcha. And I was motivated to do it. And since I did it, a lot of comedians respected it, but they wouldn't say nothing. Like, everybody too cool for school. So what happened was, I get booked for a show, and somebody be like, hey, yo, that joke a day thing you did, that y'all was mad inspiring, fam. Yeah. Like, that's why I booked you. You a hard worker. I'm like, why you couldn't just, like, put that in the comments when I was doing that joint every day? You can show me that love, like, January through December, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I saw that, and I was inspired by it because I was like, it takes dedication, but also consistency. And consistency is the one thing that I know I try to embody with my own brand and my own movement. And just seeing that from another comic, doesn't matter if you've been in the game 5 years or 50 years, that inspired me. So I like to say thank you, man, for doing that.
Thank you.
And Roz, you believe in being a classy, grown woman on stage. Now, is there a difference in how people receive you from time to time, like when you start to when you finish a performance?
It is because we all know I'm, older than dirt. I think I was John the Baptist's baptizer, and
no, I think Dirt got you beat on that one.
Mm-hmm. In the beginning, I want to cuss you out so bad, but it's a Christian show. I'm gonna be nice, but I got your phone number. No, They don't know what to make of me because I don't like if I wear something really racy, which you'll see in a minute. That's kind of classy. That right there, that's cute. And then I got this hoochie mama outfit that I wore for my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't, when I wear something risque like that, you never see me in it until I hit the stage. I'll wear a t-shirt and some gray sweatpants. You will not see me until I hit on stage. And then it's pow! And then after the show, I'll go back to the sweatshirts and they're like, what happened? I'm like, that was just for stage. That's a persona. Right. I just want to dress like that to make my children angry, and it works wonderfully.
Yeah. So do people do you ever get someone that sees you and said, "I'll be honest, I didn't think you were going to be this this funny and make me laugh because of what I saw you on stage in the beginning.
I get that a lot because I hate to say this, but there is a conception when a woman steps on stage that automatically she's not gonna be funny. And then I walk on stage older, not exactly in the I'm not sexy. I'm sexy. I'm fat and sexy, but I'm not Beyonce by no reason whatsoever. Yeah. And who is this woman that look like James Brown with boobs? And shut up. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
They don't know how to take me, but even though my act has some colorful metaphors, like the way I put that, it's a fancy way of saying I curse. My comedy is very relatable to anybody of any age. I've had my 16-year-old granddaughter come to shows with me. She's like, "Sugar Mama, I didn't know you was that retarded." And I've done old folks home. All of my comedy crosses all genders, all age brackets.
Yeah.
If you just, do you want to listen? Do you want to laugh? Come see me.
Right. And I just want to interject before I move on. This is cancel culture, Roz. You cannot say retarded. Okay.
Oh.
Let me just strike that out.
I was describing myself.
You'll be canceled in this world that we live in because everybody's so sensitive. You can't say those things anymore. Now, I'm just joking with you, girl.
Oh, right. But I get it.
Yeah.
But that's a real thing. You can't say certain things. So let me retread that. My granddaughter did not say I was. She said I licked the windows a lot. Is that better?
She said you wore helmets. No.
It was the rice colander thing. You think you steam rice, but I wore that.
Right. Patrick, man, you are a high energy act. All types of audiences seem to relate to you very well, almost immediately. Where does that come from, man?
Man, I tell people all the time, I say, I grew up around some funny people. I don't know, just being from Portsmouth, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But my family is funny. I'm the one that put it on stage. So I got uncles and stuff that is, just foolish. And I embody all these people that I've been around all my life and just put it on stage and I put it on display. I really want to tap into giving people my family stories. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of stuff that go on. I just don't want to upset nobody. That's the only thing. I don't know what I can and can't say. Because once you get on there, it's a wrap. It's a ball game. You put it out. But I love acting out stuff. People always told me growing up, man, you're a good storyteller. Like you gonna give the facial expressions, you're gonna give the energy. I see exactly what that person did, and I took that and ran with it and made sure I kept it with me on stage because, and doing performing arts and stuff growing up, that was one of the things. They were like your face, and you just can really get into character. And I try to make sure I do that every time I get on stage, so you can really get into the joke, or you thought you were there actually when it happened.
Okay. Yeah. So some really cool background stories on how you guys are the way you are on stage. And last question before we get out of here. Being black in America is already tough. Number one, people go out there and vote. I know I voted early. So for the viewers that are still tuning in, get people out there to vote and make your voices be heard. But being black in America is already tough, but according to some white comics, and I've heard this, I don't know if you guys have heard this, we tend to have it easier than they do when it comes to getting booked. Have any of you felt this type of energy? Like, oh man, it's easy for you to get booked because everybody just wants to see a black comic. So I take it as a sign of disrespect. Maybe it's because I'm funny. Now I do know that comedy clubs, because I was told this by a comedy club manager, it said they typically book urban acts because urban acts bring in more people. It's more interesting. So maybe that's where they're getting it from. But some of the comics are saying it to me. I'm looking at them. I'm like, yeah, but you're just not funny to be booked like that. So, but have any of you felt this way as far as any white comics saying that it's because you're black, not because you're funny?
I've never heard it.
I have.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ross.
No, you go ahead, sir.
I'm sir now. That's cool. But no, I would say I haven't heard it, but I think it depends on the circles that you run in. I mean, what kind of rooms, you know what I mean, that you're trying to get booked at. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get booked at the Peppermint Lounge, you know what I'm saying, and these historically, you know what I'm saying, like Def Jam like shows, then it's a lane, just like, you know, it's like the alt rooms and everything else is a lane. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on what it is or where it is you're trying to go with it. Like, I see a type of people getting booked more. It depends on who's putting on that show or, you know, the type of venue that it is. And I noticed that, but nobody's ever said like it's easier for you to do comedy because you black, because I slap them.
Even if it's your mama. How dare you, Gladys? Yeah. Ross, you were getting ready to comment on that?
I have more difficulty getting booked than anybody. The low man on the totem pole in comedy is a black woman. Because I can't get booked anywhere unless I know somebody that knows somebody, and I gotta sell them like some pies or something, like I'm Patti LaBelle, to get on the show. It's extremely, shut up, because you know you want a pie. When I come to Virginia next year,
she got some pies for you, Lionel.
Yeah, they Canadian.
How's your kids? How's your wife?
The Canadian pies.
Yeah.
I got a joke about being a side chick. Don't make me tell it, okay?
Please.
But no, seriously. No, I'll call you.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, it is difficult for me to get booked, because to me, no matter if it's a white club or a black club, it's still, to me, the boys' club. It's very hard for a woman to get in unless you're young and pretty. You ain't got to be funny. Just be young and cute or have a big butt, and they'll let you get on stage and they'll book you. But somebody has actual talent and look like James Brown with titties, I said, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's a female part. I get it.
Okay. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Shut up, Harris.
Yeah. And Patrick, like, have you heard that at all?
No, I haven't. So I do a lot of churches and stuff, a lot of outside the club. You know, I think that's more so a comedy club thing. Is what I kind of hear from that. I don't really get booked in clubs that much. I don't know why. I'm almost white. I'm trying to figure it out. You know, I don't know what to do. I'm this close to putting a dress on. I'm telling you, I'm this close.
Don't do it, Pat. Don't do it.
I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna put cuffs on me. I don't care. Because I started out that way. I was doing stage plays, and I started out doing an old lady, that Medea type stuff. You know, that was popular then. So I used to do that, but then I got out of it because I'm like, man, I ain't trying to be that guy. And blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what tripped me out? Now with these social media comedians and stuff like that, it made me realize comedy is comedy. If you're making people laugh, it is what it is. It ain't got to be a certain way. You don't have to come up a certain way. As much as the vets, and please, I'm not disrespecting the vets and how y'all came up. It's just y'all expect it to be how it came, you know, how y'all got it. You know, and I didn't get it either way, to be honest. I started in church. People thought you were funny to give your mic, and I started off doing 30 minutes. So when I get in the club and you tell me to do 5, I'm like, I don't have 5 minutes, and you got to work. So I've been learning to work that muscle. But the reality is, I feel like comedy is just comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, these new comedians is doing whatever they want to, and they getting booked, and they making money just because they're putting butts in seats. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just trying to figure out, what do I need to do? You know, cuss or put on a dress.
All right. Well, don't do anything that's out of your comfort zone, my man. I can tell you that, because that will live with you forever. And then when it comes to a level of consistency, and I know that you're joking about that, but you know, for somebody else, when it comes to a level of consistency, somebody is going to want to see you not flip unless you're flipping to advance to do something and then you stick with it. But some people flop. They flip and then they flop right back. And that is where I think where people lose a little bit of the integrity about who you think you're supposed to be, or do you really know who you are, or trust who you are? So, just for everybody out there. Look, we are out of time on the show. It has been so great. Real quick, each of you plug yourselves. I'll go backwards here. Patrick, you plug yourself first, man. This is your @, but if you got you got events coming up too,
Yep. So just you can follow me on social media. You see it in the lower thirds down there at the bottom. Peaty Red, and also Patrick Williams on Facebook. But follow me on that. I got some virtual shows and stuff that I'm working on that I'm gonna start dropping and coming out, more video content. Trying to build his YouTube page after 10 years. So y'all just follow me, man, and I'll do it sooner or later. Okay.
All right. Lionel, I'll let you go next, man. Plug yourself, homie.
All right. Please reach out to me at lionelharris.com. There is no social media for your boy. I let all that go. So the only way to reach me is lionelharris.com. I got a couple of shows up there listed. I'll be at the Virginia Beach Comedy Festival in November. That's one of the next bigger ones. And I just started performing again. I had stopped. I hadn't performed since March, and then I just hit the ground running because I couldn't take it no more. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm out here, but if you ask me to pose in a picture or something, I'm going to keep the mask on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking it off. I don't. I'm just not. You just want to know what I look like. You just, like, he got pretty eyes.
Right. Hey, look, on the real, have y'all been smiling so hard for a picture, but you had your mask on and
I did it.
Make any sense?
All the time.
You be like, man, can't nobody see that. Can't nobody see my pearly white. All right. Well, Roz, you up next, lady. Go ahead and take it away. How can people get in contact with you?
Well, there's really no shows here in Florida. That's where I live in Florida. But I will be celebrating my 60th birthday in July of next year. And I'm going to bring it out with a bang. I'm going to go and perform in the very state where I first started comedy. I started my career in Virginia in 1995, and I'm going to do a show. I'm going to try to get at Kazi's. If you hear me, Kazi's, reserve July for me. I'm coming up there. Other than that, I just work.
Gotcha. Well, where can people buy those shirts to support you in your fall?
Oh, RozMcCoy.com, or you could Google them. They're on YouTube now. What's that YouTube? What's the other thing where you buy stuff at? eBay. That's it, child. Yeah, eBay. Yeah,
good.
Okay. You inbox me, honey. We could cut a deal. I can get you a special. Because I got a whole room full of them, and I ain't got no shows to sell them at. I'm trying to get rid of these. And they come from size small to size 4X, because I know in Virginia there's some big corn and gravy sopping people up there. So I made
you. Sugar rice eating.
Yeah, sugar rice eating. All right.
With gravy. Hey, don't forget the gravy.
Hey, thank y'all very much for being a part of the show today, and thank y'all for last minute just agreeing to be guests on the show. I certainly enjoyed myself. I think it was a lot of fun, and obviously for anybody still tuning in, I always edit these down a little bit, but I post the full interviews up on my website, quincycarr.com. Thank y'all so much for just being a part of the show, giving us some insight and letting people know how you've been hanging in there and dealing with these crazy times that we live in. And before y'all go, it looks like I can't see the user names because it looks like they did not give StreamYard the rights to display their names like other people have, but it's 3 people that guessed the correct answer in the first person. I'm going to have to go onto the Facebook page just to see it, but I don't know who that person is. But 3 people guessed Roz McCoy because the trivia question was, which one of us comics had the shortest performance ever on stage, and how long was it? It was Roz, and it was 37 seconds. Roz, 37 seconds. So I'm gonna, after we get off of here, I'm gonna find out which one of these Facebook users actually said that, and then I'll give them their money. And the person that said it first, it was 3 people that said it, but I will get the first person or the person that said it first, and they will get that money. So thank y'all again for tuning in, and thank y'all for being a part of the show, man.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Peace out, Jay.
Y'all take care. Have a good night.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. All right, folks. Look, we are. Hold on, get to my part here. We are well overdue. I know I went long. I go long every week, but this time it was 4. It was 3 guests, 4 comedians total. So that just stretched out the laughs even more. But I certainly appreciate just the camaraderie that we all have when we spend some time together. This has been quality comedy time with me, Quincy. And I will see you guys next week. I only have about 2 of these shows left that I'm doing, and definitely want to end the season on a good note, and then we'll see what happens after that. So thank y'all again. Certainly appreciate y'all tuning in as always. And once again, it's been quality comedy time with me, Quincy. I will catch y'all later.
Daddy Church jokes.